Mist drifts low over the fells, soft as breath, and a stone path winds away into the distance. At first, it seems like any other footpath in the north, but soon you sense there is something different here. This is the Cumbria Way, a trail that doesn't just cut across a county, but threads together the landscapes and stories that make the Lake District what it is. The journey begins in Ulverston, a market town on the southern edge of Cumbria. Here, on the cobbled streets, there's a marker to tell you where the adventure starts. It feels ceremonial, as though the town is giving you its blessing before you set off. Ulverston has long been a place of meeting, where trade flowed north from the coast, and it still holds that sense of a gateway. The first steps lead you gently outwards, past low hills, hedgerows, and quiet farmland where the sound of crows and the smell of damp grass remind you that the sea is never far away. As you leave the town behind, the fells rise slowly, like a curtain being drawn back. The path guides you towards Coniston, and this stretch feels like an overture. Easy walking, a chance to find your rhythm, and to watch the countryside change with every mile. Coniston water comes into view like a mirror laid flat beneath the sky. It has a stillness that feels ancient, though it has been the stage for adventure and tragedy. Donald Campbell set his speed records here, skimming the lake at an impossible pace before his final fatal run in 1967. And on the shore at Brantwood, John Ruskin lived out his later years, writing about art, society, and the natural world. It is easy to imagine Ruskin looking out across this water, the same view you see now, finding in it both beauty and truth. The village of Coniston is a natural pause. Stone cottages line the streets, smoke curls from chimneys, and pubs offer the kind of warmth that makes you forget the miles behind and almost forgive the miles ahead. Yet the trail pulls you onward, into wilder country. Beyond Coniston, the Cumbria Way begins to show its true character. The valleys deepen, streams run fast with mountain water, and the land seems to fold in upon itself. Soon, the Langdale Pikes command the horizon, sharp peaks, unmistakable, spearing the sky. For generations, they have been a symbol of Lakeland, a sight that tells you are in the very heart of the fells. Langdale itself is a place of stories. Here, the first people quarried greenstone thousands of years ago, shaping axes that were traded across Britain. Today, walkers and climbers fill the inns, their boots lined by the fire, their conversations full of roots and ridges. As dusk falls, the valley holds a rare magic. The light deepens, sheep settle in the fields, and the mountains stand dark against the last glow of the sun. The way forward climbs into Borrowdale, a valley wrapped in steep sides where woods cling to slopes and waterfalls cut through rock. This is one of the greenest corners of the lakes, rich with oak and birch, a place where you can almost feel the weight of history. For centuries, pack horses carried goods along these paths, wool, iron, salt, binding the north together. Walking here, you sense how long the footsteps have echoed between these walls. Yet the Cumbria Way is not content to linger in valleys. From Borrowdale it drives higher, onto open ground where heather spreads wide and skylarks rise with the dawn. The climb towards High Pike is steady but relentless, and the world opens as you gain height. This is the highest point of the journey, 658 meters. And when you stand here, the county lies before you like a tapestry. To the south, the serrated ridgelines of the central fells. To the north, the land softens, rolling towards the Solway and the border beyond. On clear days, you can see the sea glinting in the distance, and sometimes, faint on the horizon, the outline of Scotland. High Pike has a reputation. Miners once worked its flanks, digging for lead, and there remain still scars on the hillside. Shepherds have long brought flocks here, too, braving winds that tear across the summit. And for the walker, there is a sense of standing on a threshold between the wild heart of Lakeland and the gentler countryside that lies ahead. From here, the path drops towards Caldbeck, and the journey shifts tone. After the drama of the high fells, the land seems to breathe out. Villages gather around stone churches, the fields are green with grazing sheep, and rivers lead you steadily north. In Caldbeck itself, the legacy of old trades lingers. Wool spinning, bobbin making, the crafts that once sustained life here. It feels a world apart from the tourist hubs further south. The final stretch from Caldbeck to Carlisle is a walk of reflection. The fells are behind you now, but the trail still has its beauty. It follows riverside paths, crosses farmland where curlews cry over meadows, and winds through hamlets that seem untouched by time. The rhythm is easier, the way more forgiving, as though the landscape itself is guiding you gently towards the end. And then, suddenly, Carlisle. A city with Roman walls beneath its streets, a cathedral that has watched centuries turn, and a castle built against the threat of border wars. To arrive here on foot after days of walking is to feel the weight of history pressing close. You've crossed an entire county, south to north, with nothing but your own 2 feet to carry you. The Cumbria Way is not the longest of England's trails, nor the hardest, but it has something rare. It gathers together the essence of the Lake District, the quiet beauty of its lakes, the raw grandeur of its mountains, and the human warmth of its villages, and binds them into a single journey. It teaches patience with its steady climbs. It rewards attention with small details, a heron lifting from a riverbank, a cottage garden spilling color into the lane, a ridge catching the first light of dawn. And it reminds you that the best journeys are not always measured in distance, but in the moments that stay with you long after. To walk the Cumbria Way is to enter into a long conversation with the land itself. Each day reveals a new chapter. The rush of Coniston water, the shadow of the Langdale pikes, the solitude of High Pike, the softness of farmland leading to Carlisle. Together, they form a story that only walking can tell. And when you reach the end, looking back, you understand that it was never about arrival. The true gift of the Cumbria Way lies in the slow unfolding of place and time, in the chance to step into a landscape shaped by stone and water and human hands, and to carry a little of it with you forever.